Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Just a quick update, but I want to tell you that a breakout is really imminent. It could happen in the next 24 hours. At the moment, the price of Cardano isn't really moving a lot. If we take a look at all the other cryptos here, the top four, they're all behaving in a similar way. Cardano, however, in the green at the moment in the last 24 hours, 5% plus. Bitcoin is behaving, which is crucial for Cardano. Now, what we can see here at the moment is that Cardano's moving into an apex of a symmetrical triangle. Now, in my opinion, that means a breakout is really imminent. That's on the daily. These don't really match these lines, so we need to have a look on the 4-hour and hour chart. But, are we going to break out to the downside or the upside? So that's the crucial question. And to be honest, you never know. You'd never know if a breakout is going to happen to the upside or the downside. Now, what we need to say actually technically we're actually in a small downtrend potentially now. So it might be, because that symmetrical triangle is a trend continuation pattern, it might actually be that we break to the downside. So guys, be prepared for that. Of course, I'm sure we're all happy if it goes to the upside. But the reason that I'm telling you it might go to the downside is that we are below this middle line on the Donchian channel, which is bearish. We are in the red on the MACD on the daily, which is bearish. We are making lower highs on the RSI, which is bearish, and we are having the ADX on the, the red line of the DI line, the red DI line over the green DI line on the ADX. And again, that is bearish. We also don't see that green volume that we would need to want to see. And looking at price action on its own, we can actually see that yes, we had a lot of bullish, a lot of buyers coming here at 220 and buying up, or at $2 even. But also here we tried to break through 263 and we failed to the upside. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. The problem is if you have a trend continuation pattern, and actually we are technically in a downtrend, because you can see that here as well. On just looking at the price action alone, you can see that the trend was clearly to the downside on the 4-hour chart. And now we are just in this shorter consolidation. It actually looks like something like a bear flag. Of course, I'd be happy to be wrong, but we can see that we are moving into this sort of apex of this triangle, and that will play out at some point in the next 12 hours, in my opinion. On the 4-hour chart as well. I mean, yes, the MACD has made is showing in the green, on the histogram. However, we are still below the 0 line on the MACD, so the MACD line is still below 0, which is bearish. Then we have had, well, it's not bearish, but it's normally a buy signal if we get above the 0 line, but we're quite far away from that. At least we're in the green range there. But the MACD as well is still below 50, even though it's going up slightly, but it's still below 50. And again, here the ADX is actually showing, again, a bearish trend. So the red DI line is above the green DI line. I did go through all of these indicators yesterday evening, but what has developed since then is really more clearly this symmetrical triangle. And when we talk about bull flags the other way around, we have to be honest and have to talk about bear flags as well, or bearish pennant, where you have that flagpole here to the downside and then slight consolidation into the other way. But you can see that how quickly that drop was. Just looking at price action alone, how quickly and strong that drop was. And now we've got just really a slow recovery. So in my opinion, a move to the downside could happen, guys, and that will happen if we drop again below. Let's take a look. It depends on when it's going to happen, but it probably happens when we drop below in the next few hours. It would be at the 252 range, below that. And if we go towards, like in the next 12 hours, it might be below 255, okay? So you can replicate that chart here, of course. This is the Kraken chart, by the way, Cardano US dollar 4 hours. And then you can follow that as well. And on the hourly chart, we might have a bit more detail. You can see as well that we are moving up and down this triangle now, very, very clearly. We are not pushing the Donchian channel to the upside. We are just around this middle line of the Donchian channel at the moment on the hourly. We have also here just a red MACD on the hourly, and we have a RSI, that is climbing up, but again hasn't made a new high yet. And again, on the hourly, I mean, we're just about to make a green cross actually on the ADX, which is nice, but we are not really in a strong trend. You can see that here, but that is a little bit bullish that we are making a green cross here on the ADX on the hourly. So there is not that clear message of the indicators what's going to happen, unfortunately. But overall, looking at the overall pattern on the daily or on the 4-hour chart, looks more to me that we could move to the downside. And again, I could be wrong. If you trade breakouts, you never know what's going to happen. That is why you always wait for the breakout. Nobody in the world can tell you, are we breaking out to the upside or the downside? But this is a pattern that we've identified now, so we want to stick to it. And on the hourly, I can move that more closely into the price action. So it's more like that, where we can observe what's going to happen. And here, I mean, this is UK time, shows that around, well, before, let's say 2 o'clock today, something should happen. Don't think we'll just trade sideways. Normally we break out of these patterns, and that doesn't need to be a massive breakout, but at the moment the price isn't doing a lot. And normally after these moving into these into an apex, something is happening with Cardano. We had another example up here where we dropped after we went into that apex, and again, I would have said at that point, you know, the prices were going up. It would break out to the upside. It looked like a bullish pennant for me, but they can also work out the other way around. So you never 100% know, guys. Even if it's a bullish pattern, can work the other way around. If it's a bearish pattern, can work the other way around, because we also depend on Bitcoin. There's so many factors, but it's just about being ready, guys. Just want to make you aware something's going to happen probably in the next 12 hours, probably a little bit earlier, but certainly within that next 12 hours. So today should be a bit exciting. Again, doesn't need to be a massive breakout, but something is about to happen. I mean, looking at the hourly now in more detail, you can see that we potentially we're actually making a bullish cross on the MACD, and I did say the ADX is going green, so it might actually help us to push to the upside, whereas on the 4-hour it's looking a little bit more bearish. But let's see what's going to happen, and then we could potentially get back and challenge that 263 level that we bounced off yesterday, and then we could get up to 270, where you can see here we bounced off that line on the 7th of September, and that'd be good if we go to the upside. If we go to the downside, we might actually drop to 220 again. Alright guys, I hope you liked that update video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.